What up, everybody? It's your boy Skip, aka Skip and Tosh here, back with another haul day video. It is New Comic Book Day, and I wanted to share with everybody what I picked up today. First things first, shout out to, I got it right on the first try, Tabu Ohana. Currently still got those sales going on, so up to 45% off of select chairs. Go check that out if you're, business professional, gamer, just looking to upgrade your chair situation. Comfortable. You can, lean back, you can rock back, whatever you need to do to get comfortable so that way you can execute that play, snipe that op, or, knock out that business decision that's going to take you to the next level. TabuOhana.com, TabuOhana.com, up to 45% off of select chairs. And if you put in my discount code SKIPTC, get an additional $40 off of the chair. So go pick one up, upgrade yourself or someone else. Above all, don't apologize. Be yourself. And then next, Computer Booter. If you're local to the Sacramento, California area, Computer Booter is over on Carmichael. They are a repair shop, gaming lounge, as well as a gift shop. So you can pick up a gift for that gamer or that anime enthusiast in your life. They have lanyards, hats, t-shirts. If you're gaming, they have Game Boys. They have PlayStation controllers. They have OG games. They got current day games. They have Retrons if you really want to go retro. You can also rent consoles there or rent a PC. So if you are not quite at the point where you can put together a nice gaming PC, if you can't build one quite yet but you're interested, take some time, go down to the shop, rent yourself one, do some PC gaming there. And like I said, if you just want to play some, if you want to wax nostalgic instead of wax poetic, go down there, rent one of the consoles, go see Dave. If you have a repair that needs to be done, Mac, PC, console, he can do it all. He'll give you a quote, get you back up and running. So again, Computer Booter is the place to be. Descriptions of both are in the comments below. Please go check them out as they support me and they support this channel. Now let's talk about supporting the comic book industry, because I feel like I'm spending a lot of money there. First book, most excited one, What's the Furthest Place from Here? Issue number 2. Issue 1 was really fun, really exciting. This is Tyler Boss and Matthew Rosenberg. Also, big shout out to BJ Kicks and my man Bunkmaster B. We just read 4 Kids Walk Into a Bank Together. Same creative team. That's or at least the writer and the artist. Same people are on this book. We really enjoyed that one. Dead Dog's Bite was a very interesting book to me. I really enjoyed it. So it's good that issue number 2 is out, because I really enjoyed issue number 1 of What's the Furthest Place from Here. And I can't wait to read issue number 2. The Good Asian, issue number 7. I apologize because I will butcher the name of this person, but the last name is Pectashoti? Pictoshoot, but I know Lou Lowridge did the colors. Powell did the lettering, and let me see if I can get the name of the artist, because I have really been enjoying their panel layouts. It has been pretty awesome. And will they give it to me? Come on. No, of course it's probably on like the last page, which that's all right. Here we go. Alexandra Tefenji. That can't be the way. I know I butchered it. Like, I know there's a better way to say that. Yeah, but Pornsak Pichote, I believe, or Pichote is the writer on this book. Jeff Powell is the letterer and the designer. I have not read this issue yet, but this series was not one that I was big on, but shout out to my buddy Nalo and a few other people told me that it is the detective noir story that I think it is, and it is taking place in mostly San Francisco, California. So me living in Sacramento, California, if you couldn't tell by the hat and me always talking about Sacramento like it's some Mecca or something like that, it is a nice place, better than most people think. So I'm very interested in that. I was very interested in the history, and they have continued to build the intrigue and whatnot. Issue 6 did take a little bit of a dip. I think it was just really, really slow, and parts of it kind of lost me a little bit, but I'm hoping that issue 7 will take it back up. So I'm nowhere near being done with that book quite yet. Guillaume March's Laura and other stories. I'm not gonna front. I like the title. I read issue number 1. I really enjoyed it. I was a fan of Guillaume March's Carmen book that he did. That at least in the U.S. just came out earlier this year. So I read through that. Really enjoyed it. Jumped on issue number 1 of this. Didn't like it as much as I liked Carmen, but I did enjoy it. So I'm throwing this book into like what I've been enjoying of. How am I forgetting her name? She's writing Red Sonja right now. Wow, can't believe I'm forgetting her name. But anyway, she's writing Sweet Paprika, and there was another kind of relation type book. But anyway, I've been enjoying those lately. The writing on them has been, surprisingly good. So although they're not, superhero stories or sci-fi or any of that stuff, I'm a lover of good stories, and the art and the characterization has been interesting enough for me. So I've really been enjoying it. And then it's Mirka Andolfo, Mirka Andolfo's Sweet Paprika. All these books I kind of put in the same area for me, along with Casual Fling, which came out from AWA earlier. And, as someone who has been married before, and have had relationships, there's some of the most important parts of our life. So for me to see how other people's relationships are playing out, and me not have to be nosy because I'm a private person. I don't want to know your business unless you want to tell me. I'm not going to ask about it. So it's cool to get like my dose of drama and all that stuff for these books. So I've been enjoying Laura so far. Issue number 1 was good. Looking forward to issue number 2. And then, of course, Jonathan Hickman's Inferno, wrapping up his time in the X-Men office. Jonathan Hickman, of course, came through with an action-packed, House of X, Powers of 10, and a lot of us really, really enjoyed that series. And it seemed like it kind of went away from it for a little bit. So this was supposed to be him getting to wrap up that story. Now, the thing is, the first 2 issues just recapped a lot of what we already knew. And I feel like they could have just sold more issues of the previous ones if they just pushed this story along and then dropped references. I don't even care if you put in the little editors thing, which I'm sure Hickman is not a fan of that type of, can pull people out of the writing, so I get it. But I feel like most people are smart enough or can just ask their LCS owner, like, hey, I feel like I'm missing a few things from here, and the LCS owner can be like, oh, I think that was this issue or that issue, go check it out. Even if not, issue number 1 and 2 just did way too much recapping and not enough progress. I hear that issue number 3 takes things to the next level. I'm excited to read it. I got this copy, and then I also got a variant from, I don't even know who did this variant cover, but I liked the way it looked, and I was in another shop besides my main LCS where I wanted to support them as well. So I was like, you know what? I'll get a variant from them, and then I can donate this. I can donate, the variant copy because I likely won't keep it. So I believe this one is. Oh, hey, Reber did some coloring on one of these. Okay, this is a Jeff Deckel or Decal. Yeah, I can tell from the signature. So anyhow, an Inferno variant, because I just can't get enough. And I almost have all of the covers that I want from this series. Haha, this is issue number 6. This was the last issue. This came out earlier in the year. This issue was basically the exact same creative team of Ice Cream Man doing an Ice Cream Man story within Haha. But what was cool about it is it ties into Haha perfectly because Haha spun out of Ice Cream Man issue number 8. So in this issue, it was Hank the Happy Clown from Ice Cream Man issue number 8, it telling what led up to us being introduced to him in Ice Cream Man issue number 8. And they did it inside of Haha. But he gets his own full story. It goes full circle. It was a perfect way to end the Haha miniseries. And what else is cool is the cover A was actually a recreation. It was an homage cover to Ice Cream Man issue number 1. So, I love that it's fan service and you get rewarded for taking the ride with W. Maxwell Prince and Martin Morazzo and all the other artists that worked on Haha. But that's not all it is. There's still substance to it. This was one of my favorite comic book issues the whole entire year. Happy to add that cover to my collection. Silver Coin number 6. This issue I really enjoyed. It already came out last month. It was Joshua Williamson's issue where it was the kids in the arcade, and it was like the whole arcade fighter, game. These are actually characters from it. Well, James Herron did this variant cover from it. James Herron is the creator, writer, and illustrator for the book Ultra Mega, which is like a kaiju, like a gritty kaiju kind of coming of age type story. Dave Stewart did the colors on that, and I really, really enjoyed Ultra Mega. Me and my buddy Ash reviewed every issue on his channel, Ash on Comics. We have a weekly unnamed indie comic show. That's what it's named, the Unnamed Indie Comic Show, where we talk about comics and we cover the whole thing over there. So me enjoying that issue of Silver Coin so much, I decided, yeah, I'm going to grab the James Herron variant cover. So I was happy to have that. Also, what came out today is Silver Coin issue number 7. And this one is written by Ram V. And I am a very big Ram V fan, especially after what he did with the Many Deaths of Layla Starr, which is still my favorite comic of the year, what I consider my best comic of the year that I've read. There are 2 more comics that I'm going to try to speed read this weekend and see if they live up to that level. But me enjoying Silver Coin, especially Chip Zdarsky's story in issue number 1, and then Joshua Williamson's story. I did enjoy Kelly Thompson's story and Mike Walsh's story as well. So I've been enjoying the series, so I can't wait to read Ram V's take on it. And I was so excited about it. I got a variant cover too. Before I show it to you, though, I want to make sure I know who it's from, because I didn't even know. I was just like, yep, I definitely like that variant cover. I'm going to buy it. Okay, so the variant is by Gax Velez. So shout out to Gax Velez for this dope cover. It was a piece of art that I was like, yeah, I really like that. And I'm going to go ahead and grab it. Variant covers to me are like prints that I would buy at a con from an artist, but I get a story with it as well. So it don't bother me, variants. If you enjoy variants, get all the ones that you want. I don't look at it as a massive, overall, I don't look at it as a negative thing. And if we weren't enjoying variants, we would stop buying them. But obviously we're enjoying them, so we buy them. That's how I feel about them. Speaking of variants, this is Jason Sean Alexander variant for Nidaha's Nightmare blog, issue number 2. I really enjoyed issue number 1. I liked it. I don't know if I could say I liked it more than Philadelphia issue number 1, but I was just so tired of vampires, I didn't care to read another book about vampires, even though I loved the art in Philadelphia and I really enjoyed the character work that was being done in it. So I passed on that, grabbed issue number 1 of Nidaha's. No vampires as the monsters. Count me in. Really been enjoying it. Can't wait to read this issue. And I decided to get the variant cover, but I think I have the cover A in my pull box at my shop too. I just wanted to grab that one for today. I'm reading a very limited amount of DC series, and Batman 89, I'm just, when I learned that Marlon Wayans got cast as Robin and Batman Returns, and then they ended up not using him, but they went as far as to like even make some toys, and and they were his skin complexion, and then once they wrote him out of the script, then they had to go back and paint back over those toys so they could still sell them. So Robin toys came out for Batman Returns, even though Robin wasn't in the movie. And supposedly this is supposed to be a little bit of what we were gonna get. It was supposed to be, hey, like if Tim Burton does one more Batman, if he did one more Batman movie, this is what a big part of what the script is gonna be. I don't believe that's the case because there's way too much modern day stuff in this book, but the Robin story is what I really wanted to find out about. That's what's been keeping me in the book. And there has been some good character work. I don't really care for the modern day stuff too much in here because it takes me out of it. It doesn't feel like it's the Tim Burton universe because I'm like, that looks more like the world outside of my door than it did, the Art Deco, noir complexion of the city and the way that the citizens were acting at that time. Completely different. But I'm going to stick with it. Probably to the end because I just want to find out what happens with the Robin character. Unless this book just really, really turns me off, then I don't mind dropping the series. Sticking with DC, one of my favorite creative teams in all of comics, Dan Watters and Danny, for issue number 3 of Arkham City, The Order of the World. Can't wait to read this issue. Dave Stewart on colors. If you've been watching me on any of the, YouTube channels that I'm on, especially mine, I love Dan Watters. I love Danny's art. Dave Stewart is right up there with Matt Wilson and Frank Martin Jr. and whatnot as far as some of my favorite colorists. Of course, Rico Renzi. Shout out to the homie Brian Reber. All of that, but this book, issue number 1, I was a little Issue number 2 got me right in, and issue number 3, I expect for them to keep taking me down further into the depths of the madness of this crazy tale. Can't wait to read it. And a book that I wanted to read and I happened upon in the shop last time, The Question, The Deaths of Vic Sage. I wanted to read this when it first came out, but people were eating up Black Label books left and right, and there were no copies left in my LCS, so I wasn't able to read it. And then randomly, I went into Empire's Comics Vault. Shout out to Empire's Comics Vault, just to go see my homie Ben, who's been good to me for a long time over the years, over a decade. And he had some in there. So I grabbed issue number 1, really enjoyed it. So, of course, I was there today, and I grabbed issue number 2. Jeff Lemire, Dennis Cowan on pencils. Bill Sienkiewicz is inking Cowan's pencils, and then Chris Sotomayor on the colors. Been enjoying this book. But that's all of what I picked up. Feel free to let me know what you picked up in the comments down below. I appreciate y'all. Recommendations help me and inform me to get different books that I probably wouldn't normally try. So always interested in hearing what y'all are reading. Again, thanks so much to the sponsor. Shout out to Computer Booter, Gaming Lounge, Repair Shop, Gift Shop. So check them out if any of those needs need to be met. As well as Tabu Ohana, gaming chairs, office chairs, all black leather and suede, make you feel so nice. Up to 45% off of select chairs. Almost all of them, really. And there's 3 main models. But if you put in the discount code SKIPTC, get an additional $40 off right before you check out. It's your boy Skip, a.k.a. Skip and Tosh, signing out. I'll see you all on the next one. See you in the comments. Peace.